Namaste and welcome. It is Rishi here from meditatewithrishi.com, and today we're speaking about love and compassion. So I want to share with you exactly what love and compassion mean from the Buddha's teachings, okay? And we're going to explore how connecting to our innate qualities of love and compassion can really help us live a much happier and free life. It can transform our relationships, even the ones that we find difficult, essentially, and bring the sense of joy and ease and excitement to live life. I think what I'm trying to say here is it takes away the fear that we have of people, of relationships, of difficult situations. Okay, so we're going to explore how to connect to these inner qualities of ours, and yes, they are inner qualities. Love and compassion, according to the Buddha, are not something that we cultivate or we add on to ourselves. Actually, the deepest part of us, the real us, our true nature, is love and compassion. Okay, so it's about connecting to this, essentially. So we'll explore the definition, we'll explore how to connect to these qualities, and we might go ahead and do a short practice, a guided practice to connect to these. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to let you know that if you are somebody that's interested in learning meditation, if you want to learn meditation one-to-one with me, or you have some life stuff that you want to speak about and get clarity on, and you enjoy watching my videos, then one-to-one coaching is something that I offer. So you can head over to meditatewithrishi.com and book a free call with me. Okay, great. So let's define love and compassion. Okay, so in very simple terms, according to the Buddha's teachings, love is the wish to be happy. Okay, love is a wish to be happy, and compassion is a wish not to suffer. I think compassion, you probably relate to this easier, right? When we say compassionate, that person's really compassionate, it means that they care about others, they care about others suffering, and they want to heal their suffering, right? That's compassion. So compassion is the wish not to suffer. It could be the wish for someone else not to suffer, or the wish for you not to suffer. These two are not actually different. We think they're different because we think others and ourselves are different, and this is the fundamental mistake. But in essence, compassion is the wish not to suffer, okay, and love is the wish to be happy. So they're kind of saying the same things in two opposite directions. One, love is the wish to be happy, compassion is the wish not to suffer. Okay, now I want to suggest to you that everything that you do, everything, there is not a single thing that you do that is not an act of love and compassion. Okay, every single thing that you do is coming from love and it's coming from compassion. Okay, and you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? This doesn't make sense. So let me explain this to you, okay, the way that it's been taught to me. So think about simple things, right? Love is a wish to be happy, right? So everything that we do is because we want to be happy. From the kind of food that we choose to eat. When the food that's been made is really nice, something we really like, we feel happy, right? And if there's something that we don't like, we try to avoid it. Like I don't want to eat that, right? So do you see, we make decisions based on love, the wish to be happy, and compassion, not to suffer. Okay, food is one thing. Let's take something bigger, something like the kind of job that we do, right? In an ideal situation, we want to do a job that we love, right? We want to choose a job that we love if we can get it, or preferably no job. we want to have no job, right? Because we don't want to work, but ultimately we want to be happy, right? And if we're in a job that we are that's too stressful. We don't like our boss, we don't like our team, we don't like the company and what it's about, but we're doing it just because it's a necessity and we need to make ends meet. Then we feel suffering, right? We feel like, okay, I don't like this job, I'm gonna try and quit it as soon as I can, right? So again, there is love and there is compassion in the way that you're going about things. Okay. So those are obvious, okay, but I also want to suggest to you that even the negative things that we do are actually coming from love and compassion. Okay, so let's say a negative emotion, quality, like anger. Okay, we all know, right? Nobody likes an angry person. If we get angry, we know that I'm not doing something like ideal, right? This is not my ideal self. It's not who I want to be, but I can't control it because I have these expectations and they're not being met. But anger, if you really think about it, is we get angry when someone does something that doesn't meet our expectations, or how we want things to be is not being met. And we want things to be how we want things to be, right? So again, do you see? It's because you want something to happen a certain way, right? You want to be happy. That's love, right? But because you're not getting that, you are getting angry. So the anger is actually coming, surface level it's anger, but beneath it, it's actually coming from love. It's coming from your wish to be happy and something's not going your way, right? Your wish not to suffer and something's not going your way, okay? So I think you get the idea, right? So the point I'm trying to make first and foremost is that everything that we do in our life, in fact, everything in existence is a result of love and compassion. It is a result of someone or something wanting to be happy and not wanting to suffer. Okay? So love and compassion drives everything. Love and compassion actually is what makes the world go round. And at a very, philosophical level, you can say that love and compassion is probably the reason why existence is there in the first place. Because whatever you want to call it, right, God or awareness or consciousness, it has this, it wanted to experience itself and to enjoy its infinite potential, right? The wish to be happy and not to suffer, which gives rise to all the forms in the entire existence that we're in. Okay, so everything is driven by love and compassion. So now that we understand this, let's explore the problem, okay? Because love is a wish to be happy, and this is our fundamental wish, right? But if we want to be happy, then why are we not happy? What is the problem essentially when it comes to love and compassion? And obviously the Buddha's teachings speak about this, but any spiritual tradition or anyone who has is looking at things clearly with common sense can see that the problem comes when we value our wish to be happy more than other people's wish to be happy. Okay, so when we value our wish to be happy more than other people's wish to be happy, this is where problems come. Okay, so let's just take a really simple example. Let's think of a family. Okay, think of your family. We don't need to go too far. Just think of your family. Okay, whenever someone in the family is selfish, right? You can think of someone, I'm sure. Whenever someone in the family is selfish, right, and they value their needs more than the needs of others, then it creates a sense of disharmony in the family, because other people feel like they can't rely on this person, they're not getting the care that they deserve from this person, yet everything is expected from them. Okay, it creates this disharmony, and the problem is simply someone thinking that their happiness is more important than others' happiness. Okay, so in very simple terms, the solution to this is actually understanding how things work and how we exist. Okay, because we have a skewed view of how we exist, because we are living in this body and we see the world through this individual body, right? We see the world through our eyes, we hear through our ears, we experience things in our mind, right? We feel emotions in our heart. We're this individual. Because we're this individual, we think that we are having this individual experience of the world, and it's us basically against the world, right? It's us experiencing the world, and everyone else is separate. Everyone else is outside of us, right? But if you kind of take a step back, right? If you zoom out of the picture, then you'll be able to see that actually existence doesn't work like that, right? It's not a bunch of, it's not an individual existing. It is a whole. So everyone that exists together. Okay? Everyone exists together. People do not exist on their own. Nothing exists on its own. So to demonstrate this point, I'll give you an example. Okay? And this will help you to see how everything in existence exists together. Nothing exists on its own. So think of a plant or a tree. Okay, think of a plant or a tree. Just picture it in your mind's eye, and notice that for this plant to exist, like when we look at it, we think, "Oh, look, a plant." Okay, like the one behind me. But for this plant to exist, actually, so many things need to come together. So, for example, there needs to be a seed, right? There needs to be somebody that plants the seed. There needs to be soil in which it is planted. Then there needs to be water, and then there needs to be sunshine. And all these 5 or 6 elements need to come together, okay, for the plant to grow. And then you also need the blessing of somebody not coming, like an animal not coming and destroying the plant, right? Because if an animal came and destroyed the plant, even though the other 5 elements were there, the plant would not be there. Okay, so many things need to come together for the plant to exist. Okay, so as the amazing Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh says when he speaks about emptiness, he says that the plant is made up of only non-plant elements. Right? The plant is made up of only non-plant elements. They make up the plant. In the same way, right? If you think about yourself now, just like the plant, you are only made up of non-you elements. Right? Without everything else that came into making you, you could not exist. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Or let's just think about this. Okay, the first thing is that for you to exist, both your parents needed to exist. Okay, and they needed to come together and create you. Okay, but in creating you, so many things went into that. For example, food. Right? If we just take food, the food that you've been eating since you were born, it didn't just magically appear. Right? It came from somewhere. Again, it came from the supermarket. There's companies that made that food. There are farmers that created that. There's a whole chain of people involved just to getting a plate of food on our plate, right? And then the education that you went through. Again, all the teachers that came together to create the school, right? To teach the subjects and give you what you have. Everything else, all the nourishment that you received from different family members, essentially, right? Even if you go to a job right now, you only have the job because the company exists. Somebody decided to have this idea and create this company and employ people, and now you are one of those people who works there. And the money from that essentially comes back home and feeds you and feeds your family and sustains your life. So you get the idea by now, right? Everything is interconnected. Everything exists as a whole together, right? So from you as an individual, you can see that we're made up of completely everything besides this thing we call me, right? We are made up of everything besides this thing we call me. In fact, this thing we call me has very little input in in us existing. Okay, so if this is true, that we don't exist as individuals, but we exist as a whole, as a collective, things exist together, then that means, right, that for us to be happy, we can't be happy on our own. For us to be truly happy, the collective essentially needs to be happy, right? Because everything is connected, everything is interconnected, right? So this is the basic idea that we need to bring into the way that we live. So if we come back to our family, essentially, right? We can take the family example as this whole that we speak about, okay? So for us to be happy, the truth is that the whole family needs to be happy. If the whole family is happy, right, then you will automatically be happy, okay? And if the whole family is not happy, then automatically you and me will not be happy, okay? So this is the point, okay? So when we speak of love and compassion, right, love is a wish to be happy, compassion is a wish not to suffer, okay? So the way we should live then, by this logic, is that we should look out for our own happiness and, not suffering, of course, but equally we should look out for other people's happiness and other people's not suffering. We need to look out for that as well. Okay, and that's difficult for us because we were so wrongly used to identifying with this being as like this I, like I am this separate, fixed individual who exists in this world, and I need to be happy, and everything else is separate from me, right? This is what is known as ignorance, or the illusion. We don't know actually how we exist. We exist together as a whole, interconnected. We don't exist on our own, okay? So in order to make this easier for us, in order to help us understand this interconnectedness and the happiness that comes with it, the Buddha created the practice of metta meditation, or meditation on loving kindness, meditation on compassion. Okay, this is basically to help us to expand our view from ourselves to include others and see how they also want to be happy and they also don't want to suffer. Okay, and by seeing things in this way, our action and behavior changes toward them, and when they see this, right, this is how it works. When they see that you are being more loving, more caring toward them, automatically from their human nature, because they are also made of love and compassion, they mirror this right back at you. They ultimately feel, and show more care, more openness, more love toward you. And this is the secret that I found anyway of living in harmony. The secret of living in harmony within a family, within your workplace, within whatever it may be. Okay, and even if people don't reciprocate in that way, just us viewing them as somebody who is just like us, who is wants happiness and doesn't want to suffer, even if they're doing silly things, even if they're getting angry and being selfish and stuff like that, we can see that, oh, now I know why they're doing this. And this is them wanting to be happy and not suffering. But they don't know yet that it's not just about them being happy. They don't know that we exist as a whole and that we all need to be happy. Okay? So I'm not sure how well this explanation has done. I hope it's connected a little bit, right? You don't have to feel the whole thing straight away, but I hope that it's connected a little bit with you, okay? And what we can do now is we can go ahead and do a practice, okay? We'll do a short practice just to connect to this innate love and compassion. We'll feel it for ourselves, and in a really easy way, we'll feel it for somebody that we love in our life, okay? So let's do the practice. You can go ahead and sit comfortably and close your eyes for a start, and I'll guide you through the practice. Okay? The first thing you can do is take a few deep breaths. There's a breath that I love called smell the flowers and blow out the candles. Okay? You can do this with me. In fact, you can open your eyes to see how it's done and then do it yourself. So, smell the flowers is simply breathing in like this like you're smelling flowers. Okay? Smell the flowers. Okay? And then blow out the candles. Is blowing out, exhaling nicely, deeply, like you're blowing out candles, like this. So you smell the flowers, and then blow out candles. Okay, again, smell the flowers, blow out candles. It's the soothing, decompressing breath that takes away excess energy, anxiety, thoughts, right? It declutters our system. So close your eyes and do this with me a few times. Let's do 5 breaths together. Okay, so now you've connected with the breath, brought some harmony to the breath. Go ahead and just bring your awareness to the body. We're going to relax the body. So first, bring this sense of ease and relaxation into the body. Feeling light, feeling loose. Allowing yourself to just be naturally. Now we'll do a body scan to relax different parts and bring harmony in the whole body. You can start by relaxing the top of your head. Just take your awareness to the top of your head and allow it to relax. Relax the forehead, and don't try too hard. If you can't relax, that's okay. Just bring awareness to this area. Coming down to the eyes. Relax the eyes, allowing them to rest. Relax your mouth, your jaw, your cheeks, letting go of any tension. Relaxing the whole face, bringing a sense of ease, lightness, openness in the face. Coming down to your neck, relax the neck and shoulders. Let your shoulders drop, letting go of any tension. And then coming down to your chest. Relax your chest and your belly. Again, bringing a sense of openness, breathing in, letting your belly expand, your chest expand, and breathing out, releasing any stale air from your lungs. Relaxing your whole back, upper back and lower back. And then relaxing your sitting posture. So of course, trying to keep the back straight, but not tense. Straight but not tense. Allowing for the natural curve of the back. And sitting. Allowing yourself to ease in to your chair or cushion or bed. Allowing the ground to hold you. Sitting with ease. Resting in the sitting. And then relax your legs, your thighs and calves and feet. Okay? So we've brought a sense of harmony to our breath and then our body. And now take your attention to your heart space. Just become aware of your heart, maybe around the chest area, and just experience what you're feeling there in this moment. Is there some anxiety? Is there some fear or excitement? Or sadness? Or are you feeling whole and warm? Whatever you're feeling, it doesn't matter. It is simply an experience within your awareness. So whatever you're feeling, instead of trying to change it or fight it in any way, allow yourself to feel. And accept and embrace. Give that feeling an imaginary warm hug with your attention, with your awareness. Like your awareness is a loving mother, embracing the feeling, accepting whatever is there, with no intention to change it. Now let's explore this idea of love, the wish to be happy. And think of yourself and your own life, and how the things you do are because you believe they will make you happy. What comes to mind? Maybe your favorite food that you like to eat. Maybe a relationship you're in. think of the actions you do, because they bring you happiness. And recognize that even small things, for example, when you go to sleep and you change position through the night, it's because you want to be more comfortable. You want to be happy. Even changing your position is an act of wanting to be happy. Hence, it is an act of love. An even more minute example is blinking our eyes. Every time we blink our eyes, it's because we want comfort. We want to be happy. So think of other things that you do in your life. What is the one thing that you love to do, and you do it because it brings you happiness? Just think of that. Now that you've recognized that your innate wish, your basic wish, is to be happy and to not suffer, wish this for yourself through offering these phrases. You can mentally say, "May I have happiness. May I feel safe. May I feel loved. May I feel ease in my being. May I have happiness. May I feel safe. May I feel love in my heart. And may I live with ease. May life not be a struggle, whether it's work or relationships or anything, health." May I be happy. May I have the causes of happiness. May I live with ease. Now, the next recipient of your love and compassion can be someone in your life that you really love. Someone who just the thought of them fills your heart with warm, loving feelings. This could be a spouse, could be a sibling, could be a friend. It could be a pet. It could be a loved one that's no longer with you. Whoever comes to mind first, who it is the easiest to love, who you'd be willing to give up anything for. If you have this kind of person in your life, bring them to mind. Picture them in your mind space. Picture them smiling at you. Maybe you can picture yourself holding their hands, giving them a hug. It's expressing your love to them. Now imagine this person's life, whether it's in the past or they're currently around. And just explore from this perspective the things that they used to do, the things that they used to like and dislike, and how that was an expression of their wish to be happy and not suffer. How it was an expression of their love and their compassion. Maybe they spent their time, most of their time, on a certain thing because it brought them happiness. Or maybe there's something that they shouldn't be doing, that's not good for them, but they do because it gives them a temporary relief. For example, these days we use our phones so much, and they've become a way to hide from our emotions. So if you have a loved one that loses themselves in scrolling in social media because they're suffering inside, try to see how that act, or any unhealthy act, actually is a way for them to escape their suffering temporarily. Without judgment, just try to see that this is why they act in that way. They also feel pain just like you. They also want happiness just like you. So mentally, you can offer these phrases to them as well. Again, picturing them in your mind's eye. Express to them that may you be happy. May you feel peace in your heart. May you feel loved. May you live with ease. You can offer any other phrases that come to mind, that you feel like offering them. From your heart, wishing, may you be happy. May you feel peace. May you live with ease. In essence, may you be happy and free of suffering. Okay? Now, keeping your eyes closed, continue to rest in this feeling of love and compassion that you've connected to within yourself. Allow yourself to sit and bask in this feeling of peace, of love, of openness, of spaciousness, without any doing. Allow yourself to rest naturally as you are, until your inner being feels like it's satisfied and it's had a good rest. It will tell you itself. Thank you for practicing with me. I will leave you here and see you next time. Namaste.